Imagine this: a boy just 5 or 6 years old, with more energy than most kids his age, already delivering 500 newspapers a day. That boy was none other than Warren Buffett. While most boys were focused on playing and having adventures, he was already building his own delivery route and earning a penny for each newspaper. Sounds like a small amount, right? But that was where something much bigger started. Every penny he earned he valued as if it were a treasure. This experience of going door to door, selling sodas and newspapers, taught young Buffett something that many only learn as adults: the value of hard work and the importance of controlling his own destiny. And the most interesting part? He didn't have anyone telling him what to do or how to act. He was his own boss, deciding how and where to work, shaping early on the mindset that would lead him to become one of the richest men in the world. These first steps were crucial, forming the solid foundation upon which he would build his financial empire. You can already feel that from the beginning he was destined for something great, right? Now tell me, who at 6 years old is thinking that far ahead? Buffett not only learned how to make money, but he also developed enviable discipline, persevering through challenges. He was already in control of his journey, building something that at the time no one could imagine where it would lead. The story continues. Young Warren, who started out selling newspapers and sodas, quickly took that determination to another level. His ability to spot opportunities where others saw only ordinary businesses is what shaped his investment philosophy. Buffett has always advocated that to invest well, you need to understand what you're investing in. It seems obvious, but often people try to overcomplicate things, taking risks in areas they don't comprehend. And that's where the danger lies. Warren was never one of those. He always focused on solid companies with clear fundamentals that were being sold at reasonable prices. He didn't get swayed by trends or promises of quick profits. That was not his style. This patient and methodical vision allowed him to build an unshakable financial empire over the years. He saw beyond the market fluctuations, those shifts that caused many to panic. Buffett looked at the intrinsic value of companies, something he knew would hold in the long term, even when the market was turbulent. And perhaps the most impressive part of all, he always maintained a conservative stance. He wasn't swayed by risky and extravagant investment promises that could end badly. He knew the key was to maintain a healthy cash reserve, ready to seize the best opportunities when they arose. And opportunities, of course, were never lacking. Here is where one of his secrets comes in that you might not expect: controlling expenses. For Buffett, financial success doesn't just come from making good investments, but also from wisely managing what you spend. He always approached every purchase with deep reflection. Was that item, that momentary desire, really worth the effort needed to acquire it? Instead of focusing on the product's price, he analyzed how many hours of work would be required to pay for it. This simple calculation, which many ignore, is one of the practices that allowed Buffett to build his fortune. By controlling every expense and thinking about the time and effort needed, he avoided impulsive and unnecessary purchases. And this advice applies to all of us, regardless of our income level. If we adopt this practice of meticulous financial planning, we can avoid the traps of excessive debt and ensure that we're on the right path to lasting financial stability. After all, if it worked for the investment genius, why wouldn't it work for us too, right? Now that we know how Warren Buffett built his solid foundation and disciplined spending habits, let's talk about one of the most powerful lessons he left us: making your money work for you. And here's the real secret. For Buffett, managing what comes in and goes out is important, but that alone isn't enough. You need to put your money to work and generate more money, whether through investments in the stock market, real estate, or even your own businesses. The idea is clear: instead of just working for your money, why not make your money work for you? This might sound like something far off, but it's not. It all starts with the right mindset. When you understand the mechanisms behind investments and assess risks and returns, you open the door to making smarter choices. Buffett always analyzed opportunities that could bring sustainable returns over time, prioritizing passive income and long-term growth. And that's the key to building a solid wealth foundation. There's no point in trying to get rich overnight. True financial independence comes with patience, strategy, and the ability to see opportunities that will make your money grow on its own. And here's something that sets Buffett apart from most people: he was always a creative thinker. Contrary to what many believe, he didn't stick to traditional investment practices. He sought inspiration from different sectors and disciplines, explored new ways of approaching problems, and often found solutions in places few others could see. This thinking outside the box is what allowed him to identify unique opportunities that no one else was noticing. He believes that if you limit yourself to what everyone else does, your results will be the same as most people's. But by challenging the status quo and adopting a flexible mindset, you create space for innovation. And that innovation can be the path to a new era of financial growth. Buffett shows us that creativity isn't just an artistic talent, but an essential tool in money management. If you allow yourself to see beyond the obvious, you'll find ways to turn small investments into great achievements, creating new paths to prosperity. And here we reach a crucial point in Warren Buffett's thinking: the financial mistakes many people make without even realizing it. One of the biggest, according to him, is neglecting to invest in personal development. It seems simple, but it's something many overlook. For Buffett, the best investment you can make is in yourself. This means dedicating yourself to continuous education, improving your skills, and always seeking new knowledge. Why? Because the more you value yourself, the greater your ability will be to seize better opportunities and increase your income. It's not just about having a degree, it's about constantly learning and evolving. Imagine this: if you don't keep up, if you don't seek to improve your skills, you may end up falling behind in a rapidly changing market. And Buffett knew this from a young age. He was always an avid reader, taking every opportunity to expand his knowledge, whether in the field of investments or any other area that could add value to his success. Another mistake Buffett points out clearly is the reckless use of credit. How many times have you seen people get into debt without considering the consequences? Credit cards, loans, financing. It's easy to fall into this trap. The problem, according to Buffett, isn't credit itself, but how it's used. Many people don't properly evaluate whether they'll be able to pay off these debts and end up compromising their financial health. If you don't manage your finances well and give in to the impulse of spending money you don't have, debt quickly becomes a heavy burden. In addition, Buffett has always been critical of spending on unnecessary items, and this is something we can all learn from. How often do we spend on things that, deep down, we don't really need? The temptation to buy that trendy product, the latest tech release, or any other item that seems so essential at the moment, but ultimately just drains your money without providing any return. For Buffett, the key is making smart purchases and prioritizing profitable investments. Every cent you save from not buying something unnecessary can be redirected to something that genuinely increases your wealth. Here is another valuable piece of advice: avoid investing in assets that don't generate significant returns. Many people are seduced by passing trends, technologies that seem to be the future, but don't add real value over time. Buffett constantly warns of this danger. He believes that by focusing your resources on solid investments with growth potential, you avoid the mistake of compromising your financial stability in the future. Instead of following momentary trends and spending on items without lasting value, follow Buffett's example and invest in assets that truly make your money grow. By avoiding these common mistakes, you'll be building a much more solid financial foundation, ensuring security and consistency to achieve your goals. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed these useful tips and get ready to boost your financial life. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now you are ready to embark on the path toward financial success, inspired by the valuable lessons of Warren Buffett. Remember, small changes in habits can lead to great transformations in your life. See you in the next video.